think we need 2 centre-backs. Gomez injured again. Don't think Endo can cut it back there. So I've been talking about the 2 centre-back thing for a while, Adam. And I always understood that maybe people disagreed with me. But for me, we never really replaced Joel Matip. And I agree on 2. I think 1 is a bare minimum. But like your good self, mate, I wouldn't say no to 2. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. He said the fact we had 2 left backs on the field and neither were where they needed to be when we needed them is absolutely wild. Yeah, I don't like this. I know we have to do it in pre-season because of sheer numbers, but I don't like seeing Robbo and Costas playing at left-sided centre-back. Don't like it one bit. But yeah, look, I think you've turned me around now. I think finally I'm on the side of the next player in defo needs to be a centre-back. I was a bit more relaxed about it, but I agree with you all from today's showing. It shows we need it. And look, I want to read you out what Arne said because, I think a lot of us would respectfully disagree with what our manager said about centre-backs. If you haven't heard, this is what he said. I don't think we have a concern at centre-back, looking at Virgil van Dijk. Ryan showed he can play that position. He did it as well, though we favour him as number 6. Endo can play there, so we have enough options, but it is true that Jarell Kwanzaa left and we haven't replaced him yet. And the yet word there gives me hope. But I do think we need to get ourselves a centre-back in as soon as possible. And I also would like to figure out what's going on with Canade. Some people believe that the reason that the manager hasn't told people who the new assistant or backup captain is or vice-captain is because some people believe it's Canade. I haven't got a clue what to believe on it, to be honest. I don't know who it's going to be. But Arne Slot has confirmed that he has decided on the vice-captain but won't yet reveal it. So let's wait and see. Worried about the defence, said Red. I get it, but let's be... I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way, mate. We absolutely need a centre-back. No argument, but let's look at it logically. We haven't seen a proper back four in pre-season. Or even close to a proper back four in pre-season. So today we had the first half where obviously we had Robbo at left-sided centre-back. Second half, Costas at left-sided centre-back. First half, playing right back, we had Stevenson. So I'm not really worried about the makeup, but I am worried about the numbers of the back four, especially centrally. But like I've said, I do have faith we'll bring one in. But who that one might be, well, we're going to try and take a look at that on tonight's late night video. We're going to look at a few options and try to figure out who we think could be the best fit. And Joe Gomez thing, well, I'll tell you what, anything Liverpool weren't holding back, were they? So they put up a post to say, Arne Slot on our centre-backs, we have enough options. And then they posted to say, no, Arne, we don't. Joe Gomez isn't an option. He's a liability. And then they posted to show the number of days he's been injured for Liverpool per season. And look, I'm not saying they don't have a very good point. I'm a big fan of anything Liverpool. I think they're a great account. But the liability part, I think, is a little bit strong. I mean, if I said Gomez was a liability, I'd be rinsed. But they have a point with the injuries. When you look at the numbers, last season, 137 days missed through injuries for Liverpool. 23-24, much better season for Joe Gomez, only 6 injured. 22-23, 22 games missed. 21-22, 33. 2021, 232 days missed. 19-20 was the best year. Only 2 games missed there for Joe, or 2 days missed, sorry. 18-19, 132. 17-18, 84. 16-17, 129. And 15-16, 224. So certainly plenty of injuries. Where did they say this? X, mate. I'm looking at the post right now. Well, I'm not sure if it's still on X, but I'm looking at the post here. Joe Gomez basically doesn't exist as an option. Always injured. He's not always injured, but I do agree with anybody who believes you can't go into the season expecting him to be fit for the whole season. That's not going to happen. So you're not going to get any argument from me about the need for a centre-back. Absolutely. But let me ask, how many do you think we need? Let's ask this question. Right, so how many centre-backs do we need? 1, 2. I have to put in the option of none because it wouldn't be fair of me not to. But if anybody votes none, they've lost the plot. So how many centre-backs do we need? Have a vote on that one, and we'll get back to it in a while. For me, I'm thinking bare minimum 1. But it depends on Nallo, if he's going to be utilised, or Stevenson, or even though Stevenson's a central defensive midfielder by trade, I believe. So, yeah, for me, one is a bare minimum, but I can't really disagree with two. I can't disagree. I can totally understand why anybody would say two. No pushback from me on that one. But I think we need one in quickly. And the reason I think we need one in quickly is the obvious reason. Time for Arna to bed them in. Time for them to get some minutes maybe before the season starts. And you would have to believe that Liverpool know that and are going to work on that now. Again, though, no real concrete links out there for a specific name. But I think we all know the list of centre-backs that we've been talking about at least. NBK Live said, how has Gomez lasted this long? The man has made a glass. Mediocre when he does play. See, that's bullshit. Sorry, mate. I'll give you the glass part and the injuries. But to say he's mediocre when he does play, I think is very harsh. Joe Gomez is anything but mediocre. You can have a valid argument about the injuries. I can't really push back on that. But come on. He's a good defender. There's no need to be saying he's not good enough. That's just wrong. Gay gone quiet. Is Liverpool will only pay 40, Palace 145.50. I don't know what the situation is there. I don't know why somebody removed the post that said other BS, because I'm almost certain that the other BS wasn't aimed at me. It was aimed at the Joe Gomez comment. So mods, relax. Gay is my number one choice for centre-back. I'm with you, Steve. I'm with you. Even if Canade stays, I'd be moving for Mark Gay, because then we've got three very, very good centre-backs. And of course, Joe, who's a very good centre-back, but like we've mentioned, you'd have to question his availability at times. But I'm with you, Steve. But, I can't say with any confidence that Liverpool will move in that direction. But I do agree with you. And he'd be my first choice as well. Neville said, could Arna go three at the back? Weird centre-back position. We just don't have enough centre-backs to go three at the back. It would be asking for trouble, in my opinion, to go to three at the back. Especially after bringing in the fullbacks we brought in as well. It just wouldn't really make sense for me. And like I said, we need 6 centre-backs, in my opinion, if we're going to play with 3 at the back. And I don't like what he said today. I don't like him talking about Gravenberch there. I don't like him talking about Endo there. Because, let's be honest, would we buy those players to play at centre-back? Like, would we ever buy Endo to bring into Liverpool as a centre-back? No, we wouldn't. Because he's nowhere near tall enough. He's nowhere near aerially dominant enough to play in that position. Now, we know he can play there because he's played there plenty of times. But we wouldn't go and sign him for that position. So I don't buy into this shoehorning players into positions just because we don't have enough bodies. No, we got to go out there and sign them. Endo's an emergency centre-back, nothing more, said DJT. Endo's awesome in the air. What? I'm not saying he's not good in the air, as in he can't win a header. But I'm not having him jumping against a 6'4" centre forward and thinking Endo's going to win it. But, Endo is handy. But let's not be blunt. He's not amazing in the air. He's not going to go in there and dominate in the same way Van Dijk would. Owen said, we could use but don't need wingers. We need centre-backs. I hope Gay, but someone else is fine. The Kwanzaa sale may have been a howler from us. I have to feel, Owen, that when we sold Kwanzaa, the plan's always going to be to replace him. I can't believe that these people who are so good would make that mistake. So there's certainly an argument as to where is this centre-back and why is it taking this long. But yeah, I can only believe that the plan is to bring one in. But again, if we know what's happening with Canade, we probably have a better conversation to be had here about exactly what we're looking for. But as of yet, we still don't know what's going on with Ibu. So I guess that's only adding to some of the fear that we feel at the minute.